All right, let's play some PTCGO this morning and see what we got in the old deck selection. Blacephalon did finish in the top 4 of the North American International Championships. I have not given this list any love yet. Oh, thank you guys for the raised hands. Appreciate it. So let's show off that. This is the top 4 deck from NAIC Blacephalon. Baby Blowns. Deck was not getting a lot of love prior to NAIC, but then a big top 4 finish is pretty strong. Yes. Peps, man. Yes, I do skate. I grew up skating every single day. Love skateboarding. One of my favorite things in the world. All right, we've got Blacephalon here, Victini, and that interesting Lusamine Prism Star, Pokegear. We're just going to start with the Blacephalon. The Victini is good later in the game, once we have kind of gotten a lot of energy into the discard pile, we can use Infinity, do a ton of damage. Looks like we're playing against something with fairy Pokemon. Acro Bikes, I have no idea. Now, if you caught the Full Grip Games League tournament last night, you will have seen that Brady was able to win the whole thing with his Whimsicott Porygon deck. So that might be something that I look into playing this morning as well. I love Whimsicott. I mean, this Whimsicott deck is like one of my favorite decks to play for sure. And it's just a lot of fun. Watching Brady win the Full Grip Games League tournament with it was pretty exciting last night. I'll be getting the video up on YouTube if you were not able to catch that yesterday. We got a question here, opinion on this deck in best of 3 versus best of 1. I think that the deck pretty much is it's powerful. It can knock out Tag Team Pokemon GXs very easily, and that is the strength in it. I think the deck does have some natural inconsistencies. I do kind of prefer the Jirachi version myself, but you can't really argue with the success of this top 4 list. So, we got to give it a chance and take a look at it and see how it does. I do like that just purely a non-GX deck, so you do get to just kind of trade favorably versus these big 3 prize attackers all the time, which is super neat. So we will thin the deck a bunch there, and we do have Pokegear, Welder. Could just Welder onto this active Blacephalon, which is fine. Draw some cards. We've got a Nest Ball. We can go get another Blacephalon into play. I do have Wishful Baton. I can attach for turn. Do that, and then we could just Fireball Circus for 1 here, discarding our 1. And take a turn 1 knockout on the Cottony. So a very good turn 1 there. And that feels most excellent. One of the cool things about this deck is that it doesn't lose a whole lot heading into next format. Nest Ball is the biggest loss for this deck. Pretty sure it keeps just about everything else it wants. Wishful Baton, actually. Yikes. Losing Wishful Baton is big. I think Wishful Baton is rotating, right? The Secret Rare Wishful Baton is in this set as well. So losing Wishful Baton might be too much for this deck to handle, but we'll have to see. Looks like we are getting let loose there. Wow. And my opponent just kind of has the sauce. So, okay. It's fine. Not let loose, judged. But, whatever. Same effect. Shuffle, draw 4. Now, this is a bodybuilding dumbbells equipped Whimsicott, so we only have a 50% chance of hitting this thing. This seems kind of bad, but we'll see how it goes. I think that I want to probably Heat Factory here. I've got some Fire Energy in my discard pile. I don't think the Lusamine Prism Star is going to be that useful. Come on, play this card if your opponent has exactly 3 prizes remaining. Okay, I think that's kind of a little gimmicky here, so I'm probably going to get rid of the Lusamine Prism Star, hang on to the Bill's Analysis and the Heat Factory, since those cards are the most powerful cards in my hand. Going to want those for sure. Now that I've thinned my deck, I can Heat Factory, go for maybe some draw here. Or I could just, yeah, because I'm not knocking this dude out, so you have to go for some draw here first. We've got Welder and Wishful Baton. I can Welder onto my bench or just go for the Bills, looking for maybe a Fire Crystal to bring some energy back. I think I like that the best. So let's Bills and see what we can find. We do have Fire Crystal that's really good, and maybe Green's Exploration, hoping that this Wishful Baton does not get removed. Green's Exploration seems really good. So we can bring 3 fire energies back from the discard pile, go get Greens for some more stuff this next turn. I think that probably is good here. So we'll bring those back and then see if we can hit this Whimsicott. Really are looking to hit a heads here. That would be, or for them to hit a tails. That's correct. Okay, so we need to get rid of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to keep a single fire energy in my hand just in case we need to Heat Factory next turn. So let's just Fireball Circus and see if we do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Blacephalon taking the knockout. 2 prizes. And they are left without a Whimsicott in play. Tanish, thank you for the kind words there. Still working on the background. The background is a work in progress, but I'm glad you guys are digging the advancements that I've made so far. Got Novocaine asking if I'm going to play Stunfisk Spiritomb. Yeah, I can play that for sure. What's up, Pokemon Zekrom? Welcome to the stream. I've yet to use Lusamine. Seems pretty terrible. Arciano, I'm going to have to agree with you there. I think it's kind of a win more card. To be honest, you're like a non-GX deck who needs to draw aggressively and really play a lot of cards throughout the course of your turn every turn. I think, what are the odds that I'm actually going to end up using that Lusamine Prism Star? I think they're extremely low. So that's just like, that's my opinion. But we'll see. We'll play a couple games with this and see what we think of the Lusamine Prism Star kind of after all is said and done. I do think it feels a little bit gimmicky to me, but that's just my initial impressions. They are going to use Toy Box GX. I do not have a card in my hand to disrupt that Toy Box GX, so they are going to be able to set up and do as they please, but that's fine. We got a 50% chance of just knocking this dude's block right off. So let's see what we can come up with. Welder does seem pretty good this turn, but I don't really, probably just want to Greens for some things back. That seems better. Yeah, let's just do that. We're going to Greens. We can get a couple of retrievals, would be good. A Fire Crystal. See, we got 6 in the discard pile. We can just go Fire Crystal, and we only need to discard 4, which is pretty good. So we can go Fire Crystal and just another Greens at this point. We're just kind of trying to maybe just, we're in Ultra Space. He's got the, or a Rescue Stretcher. Yeah, I don't really need to. I can get like a Rescue Stretcher or something like that, since I kind of just have this free turn here to put a Pokemon from my discard pile into my hand. Since I have this turn to kind of just relax a little bit, I can just do this, and we'll Fire Crystal twice, bring all the fire energy back to my hand, and just try to knock this guy out. 1, 3, 4, 5. So we do have all 5 that we need. I think I would like to get a single manual attachment from my hand for turn. So let's just throw that onto one of our Blacephalons here and go for the Fireball Circus, discarding 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is all we need. And that's another Tails. See ya. Whimsicott GX biting the dust. That feels pretty good. And we do rip a Nest Ball there, so we can maybe finish the game off with a potential Victini or something exciting like that. I think that would be fun. They did get to stack their hand this last turn, though, so we'll see what they came up with to respond. They have had some unfortunate flips with their Whimsicots. It's one of the reasons that I do like playing the Porygon Z version of Whimsicott GX, because it allows you to actually just one-hit KO things, even if you are kind of on the back foot like this. Being able to take one-hit knockouts is really good. We see that they are relying on a Mina engine here to accelerate energy, so they do only deal 100. That is tough. So we're going to have an opportunity to potentially win the game here with some action. So let's see what we got. Can go get... Oh, I only got one prize remaining. Let's go. That's it. Yep. Blacephalon GX and GG's. We see Blacephalon able to just finish this game off. Don't need to do anything. We just use Burst GX for game, taking our final prize card. And that was looking pretty good, not gonna lie. Blacephalon felt pretty good there. Was playing against a Whimsicott deck that didn't really get to set up too much. They flipped a bunch of tails, but we'll roll it again and see how we feel about the deck with a little bit more airtime. And see how we do. Apparently, it looks like we're playing a mirror match here. I don't know of any other pure fire decks, except for maybe like Team Up Charizard, yep, or just the Reshizard list that plays Volcanion. But even then, that Reshizard list that plays Volcanion does still play an Eevee Snorlax, so would have a colorless Pokemon in it. This is a dead hand. Starting Victini Prism Star, not exactly where we want to be. And we have talked about this deck's natural inconsistency, and sure enough, yup, that'd do it. This does look like it could be an unknown hand deck, which would be pretty interesting. So that would also be a horrible matchup for us, I believe. But they're going for a Litten. All right, maybe there's a chance. Maybe we can make something happen here. Another fun deck we got to see on stream last night was the Blissey deck. That Blissey deck that finished, let's see, in the top of the North American International Championships, and looks like Limitless has been updated with the top 8 lists, but nothing else. I could go poke around maybe on Facebook, see if I can find that Blissey deck. It would be fun to build that for sure. The Blissey deck was pretty entertaining. Played Salazzle and a bunch of Blissies, just accelerating energy into play and doing huge, powerful slaps. Got that Litten over there. All right, I don't think that there's anybody that I can knock out with. I could bring up my Blacephalon and just burst GX, which is kind of interesting. I mean, that way I do at least take a prize card. I really have no idea what I'm playing against over here, so I think that could just be the way, though. That feels the best. Honestly, just get a big boy into play, because then, you know, at least I can start to get some things moving here. Do I Guzma or do I, let's see, just bring that thing up. Yeah, let's just Guzma. Keep that energy in play. Let's bring up a Litten. And then we're just going to burst GX. Seems fine. And, you know, I don't know. Seems fine. We're keeping pace. I don't really have too much else going on. Bringing out a non-GX Blacephalon just kind of felt weak. At least here I can maybe do something. So we are at least taking prize cards, kind of accelerating the board state here. Now, hopefully my opponent doesn't ultimately punish me by just getting like a quick turn 2 knockout on this Blacephalon. I don't think that they're going to be able to do that, but I have to be honest with you. I don't exactly know what my opponent has up their sleeve, so they may just swift punish this Blacephalon GX, in which case we are going to rock on over to another game. Just scoop it up. Is this Donald's? Okay, this looks like it could be Dark Integral's Incineroar GX deck. Thank you, Luca Kesey 007 for the tip there. seems pretty good. All right, Raoul Float, what's up with a new background? I am working on getting a new background. That's what I'm working on. This is a work in progress. Hopefully you guys dig it. I've gotten mostly positive reactions to it so far, so let me know what you think. We can, I guess, put that Wishful Baton here and kind of pass that energy along. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I can just energy retrieval for the energy back, so I don't really need to use that Wishful Baton yet. Let's just bursting burn this thing, see if we can get any mileage out of that. Maybe buy a couple turns. What's up? We got Lily in the chat. Thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub, Lily. Hopefully you're having a great day so far, and thank you for joining us. They've got multiple Salazzles. Their deck's setting up way better than mine. This is one of the reasons that I do like the Jirachi version of the Blacephalon deck. Just being able to guarantee some search with Stellar Wish, being stuck in kind of a stuck in a weird hand like this is really unfortunate. TCG Scrub, it adds an uncomfortable amount of depth. Is this an uncomfortable amount of depth? I would like to know. Why isn't it an uncomfortable amount of depth? Is it do we fear the unknown? What is back here behind my chair? I will say that having all this room back here for activities and interviews is really nice. I did some interviews yesterday. It was the most amount of space that I had for interviews, and I really enjoyed it. Okay. We have to wait until this Blacephalon bites the dust, I think. So we're just going to bursting burn again, and then we can weld her out of this, but we need to get the fire energy into the discard pile. Once the fire energy is in the discard pile, then we can retrieval it back, weld her, and go from there. But even so, just feels really, really tough. I mean, they're swinging. They're going for their attacks, which is hilarious because it's got 3 retreat costs, so not a lot of mobility there with the Incineroar GX. And we'll see. Incineroar has a couple attacks. To be honest, I didn't even know what his attacks were. So Hustling Strike does 20 more damage for each of your bench fire Pokemon. Oh, yeah. And look, we've got a non-GX Incineroar. Ooh, they do 30 more damage? Oh, this is looking like it could get kind of stressful. So he's dealing, 6, 120, 130, 160. Oh, there's max potions in here. He's dealing like 160 damage. That Blacephalon is biting the dust. How did you know to knock out this thing? Let's see, how much damage are they really doing? Burning Slam GX does 200 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Okay. I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Okay, we actually promote this thing and we can... Ooh! Now we get a greens. Okay. So I think I just retreat and use greens exploration to get a Fire Crystal and a Rescue Stretcher. That probably seems good. Yeah. Let's see. Retreat. There. We're not going to weld her for 1. So let's just greens. Let's greens. We're going to get a Rescue Stretcher. Bring back that, or I can get a Ultra Space. Ultra Space seems like I might get more mileage out of that. So we'll go Ultra Space. And probably one of these things. And that way we can just weld her, draw some cards. Seems pretty good. Then we're going to go get our proper attacker into play there, which is great. I don't really need to pass the energy with Wishful Baton. I would rather do that on a, Baby Blacephalon that has a lot more energy on it. I can Energy Retrieval 1 and just attach it to the Blacephalon. That probably is fine. And then we're going to weld her this next turn. I think I'd rather save the Energy Retrieval for 2, though, and get the kind of full usage out of it. So let's just do that, and we'll bursting burn again. So just playing the long game here. We do have a bunch of GX Pokemon to knock out. I mean, they are going to go down to, I guess, 3 prizes remaining when they knock out this Blacephalon-GX, which is super sketch. But then I can respond with a Baby Blacephalon, go down to 3 prizes remaining myself, which is really good. And then they have to take 3 more turns in order to win the game, because I'm going to force them to knock out 3 non-GX Pokemon where I get to knock out GXs on their side of the field. Being on an odd prize count is like fine with me, because it looks like they may end up attacking with this Victini. If they do, like, it doesn't matter. Oh, they're just gonna, all right, real mature, man. Knocking out my, grow up. Another Guzma. Okay, so they're gonna go down to 4 prizes remaining, which makes attacking with my Baby Blacephalon, or my Blacephalon-GX here a little sketch. I think we are gonna have to try and hit a, I can't possibly get enough energy in play. I can only Mind Blown for, not enough. Like, we're for sure not gonna hit it. I can't get enough fire energy in the discard pile to attack with Infinity. This is just, like, highly unfortunate. Okay. So even if I do... Sure, we got to get this guy back out again. If I Welder and attach, I could deal 200 damage. That's just not going to be enough. We really needed that Blacephalon to live this past turn, which is bad. I think we do just Energy Retrieval, the 1 back. It's fine. We got the Fiery Flint in our hand. I could get rid of maybe Wishful Baton or something else. And I think we kind of have to attach to the active in case they Guzma again. If they Guzma again, and we need to kind of hustle and take some knockouts. It's looking like it's just going to go downhill really fast. I can Welder, I guess, this turn, which seems fine. We kind of just need to draw some cards. So let's just get bunch of energy going. Now, getting kind of punished for not put those energies on my bench Blacephalon, that's fine. Getting punished for not attaching an energy this last turn, which feels kind of bad. That's fine. We're just going to get some energy here in different places and just Bursting Burn again. And we just have to hope that they do not have an out to get this thing out of the active position. The only way we win this game is if they go for an attack and flip a tails and damage themselves. Then we will have, I think, kind of a clear out to win. If not, then we're in a really tough spot here. They are going for the Cynthia, though. So no Guzma means that they are going to have to find a switch or something, or just go for the attack. Except for that. Oh, no weakness. That's fine. Okay. We've got it. You're saying there's a chance. All right, chat. Buckle up. We've got this. We've got a nest ball there. That's a really clutch draw for us as well. I think we retreat this Blacephalon to the bench, never to be seen again for surely. So let's go get that other Blacephalon. That's the last Blacephalon in our deck. We can greens as well. Go get ourselves... see, we got no fire energy in the discard pile right now. I think we can Fiery Flint. Yup, 2 away. That's good. Go get ourselves those remaining out of the deck. And then we get to retreat our Blacephalon. Do that. Greens Exploration. And I think that I need a Wishful Baton. And let's see, the Lusamine Prism Star. You can only play this card if your opponent has exactly 3 prize cards remaining. That would be kind of hilarious, but also irresponsible. So let's just go for another greens. I think we're kind of hoping that my opponent doesn't get rid of this. That, or we could Welder. I am going to have a bunch of energy in my hand. We could go that route there. We only have to discard 4. So that's pretty good. Welder guarantees it. Even if the Wishful Baton gets bopped, Welder does guarantee the knockout or the attack the following turn. So I like that. Just retreat into this guy. Wishful Baton. And we've got 3. And I only need to bring back 2, so we'll do that. And we get to Fireball Circus for 4. Taking a knockout finally on this Incineroar. He's burned, actually, so he goes up to 90. Yeah, that doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, it's got to be 4. Yup. It's got to be 4. Can't be 3. 150 plus 90. That ain't going to do it. Yup. Math is hard. So we get to deal that 200 damage. Incineroar is a goner. We go down to 3 prizes remaining. And just profit. Feels good. This has been a hard-fought battle for sure. But my opponent whiffing both of those confusion flips ended up being absolutely huge for me. And it is looking like going for that Blacephalon-GX on my early nest ball with the dead hand is going to be what ends up saving me here. Just having that attacker that didn't get, one-hit KO'd right off rip and had some options available to it to just, yeah, we're definitely passing those to our Baby Blacephalon here, to just pass things along was really good. So this is insane. If we can rip our Lusamine, right, Prism Star off of Heat Factory here, then sure, like busted card, right? Then we get to use it appropriately. So I think that we do need to get a bunch of fire energy here to pass along, which we can get with our greens. So I can safely Heat Factory in order to draw more cards. And busted deck, right? Is this... You can only play this card if your opponent has exactly 3 prize cards remaining. What a sack. Okay. And we also got the double Fire Crystal. Dude, we just get to just never be punished here, which is amazing. We get to bring those energies back, and we get to bring some more back, and there we go. So, we didn't even have to Pokegear for it. We just got it in our hand like that, which is pretty insano. I will attach I think a single fire energy to my Victini is good. I don't know why. Doesn't really make a difference. And then we'll Lusamine. And then Fireball Circus. And this guy is toast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're gone. And that's going to be GG's. The most they can do is Guzma knock out my Victini. That's the only non-Ultra Beast Pokemon I have in play. If they do that, I'm just kept with this. I just have this Blacephalon, no matter what, right? And they have to just pass, and that's going to be a Fireball Circus from us. 4 game there. Good game to my opponent. Baby Blacephalon putting in work. And we were able to pull out of that crazy tailspin of a game with some lucky flips. So, busted deck. That's the top 4 Blacephalon deck from the North American International Championships. Here's the list if anybody is interested in scoping that. Pretty cool stuff there. And crazy enough, we did get to see that Lusamine Prism Star come into play. It did feel a little bit like potentially a win more card. We were already looking like we were probably going to win, but then this just made it so that we couldn't lose. So that was pretty wild. I guess if you are able to force your opponent into a 3 prize situation and pull this Lusamine Prism Star off, it can be insanely powerful. Especially since just getting to keep 3 energy on a Baby Blacephalon like that seemed really good, since we don't have to welder that next turn. It just allotts you another free turn to use Green's Exploration, which I thought was super dope. So, cool deck, and that is it. Definitely a deck to look out for in next format. It doesn't lose a whole lot. Loses Nest Ball, and then also, does it lose Energy Retrieval? Not sure. Acro Bike stays, and it loses Nest Ball. Nest Ball, and Wishful Baton. That's the other one that it unfortunately loses. But all in all, definitely a strong deck and a lot of fun to play.